Hey everybody, it's Cece here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make a gorgeous macrame hat band. Now these macrame hat bands are really awesome little accessories for any hat that you might have, and the beauty of them is you can actually just slide them off any hat that you have and then pop it onto a different one, so you can chop and change them, make them in a few different colors so you have one for all your different outfits. So the hat that I'm using today is this gorgeous natural colored hand woven hat from Bashiri. Now if you're looking for a similar hat, I'll leave the link to their shop in the description below. Now for this project, you'll need a 3mm twisted cotton cord, preferably in a single strand twisted cord. And you'll also need a pair of scissors, a tape measure, and I personally like to attach my work to a clipboard. So if you have a clipboard, that will also be helpful. To start the project, you first just need to cut 6 cords to 3 meters in length each. Now the 3-meter lengths will create a band that goes around a hat a similar size to the one I have, and the circumference around that hat was 65 centimeters. So if you have something that is a little bit bigger than that, I would recommend adding more string. You might need to cut 3.5 or even 4 meters for your project. So here are my 6 cords cut to 3 meters each, and now we just need to find the ends and bring the ends together like so. Now we just measure 15 centimeters from the end of the cords, and then clipping this section underneath my clipboard. So I just have that 15 centimeters hanging off the other side, and I'm starting my knotting 15 centimeters down. So now that they're all nice and flat and secure, I'm ready to start my knotting. So to start, you just need to number your cords from 1 to 6 mentally, starting on the left and moving across to the right. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now, starting with cord 3, and I'm just going to hold that on a diagonal across all of the other cords, downwards and to the right. Now, with this cord being my filler cord, I'm going to create a diagonal double half hitch knot with each one of these cords. So starting with cord 4, creating one double half hitch knot. And then moving on to cord 5 and creating a double half hitch knot. And then finally cord 6, creating a double half hitch knot. So you should have a diagonal row like so. Now if we look at our cords and renumber them, you'll notice that number 3, that filler cord, is now number 6. So now we'll renumber the cords, and again grabbing number 3, and this time we're going to hold it on a diagonal downwards to the left. And then grabbing cord number 2 and creating a double half hitch with this cord. And then grabbing cord 1 and creating a double half hitch with this cord. So what you should end up with is a little triangle made out of double half hitches. Now, we've got the two outside cords, which are our filler cords, and they'll remain our filler cords for the rest of the hat band. And we've got our 4 cords in the center of the triangle here. We're going to create one square knot with these 4 cords. Now that we've created the square knot in the center here, we're then going to come back to our filler cord on the left side and then holding it across all the other cords on a diagonal line downwards and to the right. Then we're going to grab the second cord here and create a double half hitch. And then grabbing the third cord here and creating a double half hitch with this one. And then after we've done the 2 double half hitches on this side, I'm going to do the same on the other side using this filler cord here on the right. So taking this filler cord and bringing it across all the other cords, downwards on a diagonal, and then grabbing cord number 5 and creating a double half hitch knot with this cord. And then the next cord, cord 4, and creating a double half hitch knot with that cord. And then finally, to bring our diamond shape together, I'm just going to continue with this filler cord on a diagonal, and then take the filler cord from the other side and use that cord to create a double half hitch knot around this cord. So now we've made our very first little diamond shape. And essentially, we just repeat this pattern over and over again until we have enough length to cover the circumference of our hat. Now you want to make sure that you are continuing to use the same filler cords throughout the whole pattern. So let me show you again how I would continue this shape. So I've got my filler cord here, and I'm just going to continue this on a diagonal downwards and to the left, and find those next 2 cords and create a double half hitch with these 2. And then finding my other filler cord, which at this point will be the 4th cord over. So 1, 2, 3, number 4, and continuing this line down. So with the next 2 cords, number 5 and number 6, we're going to create 2 double half hitch knots. and then grabbing the middle 4 cords and creating another square knot here. Now, one thing that I like to do is alternate between a right facing and a left facing square knot, just to create a bit of a pattern throughout the piece. So this square knot here is a right facing, so I'll do a left facing square knot in this section. And if you want to know the difference between the two, make sure you check out my video. I'll make sure the link pops up now for you guys. And once we finish that square knot, we're just going to create the other half of the diamond with these outside filler cords. So I'm just creating double half hitch knots again. And jumping to the other side and bringing this filler cord down, and again creating those double half hitch knots. Now to finish off the diamond pattern, we just need to again attach these 2 filler cords by creating a double half hitch with this other one here. And there is my second diamond shape all finished. So now we just repeat this pattern until we have enough length to go around the outside of our hat. So here is my finished knotting, and I've done a total of 17 of the diamond shapes, and I've just double checked that that fits around my hat and it's perfect. So that's just one thing you'll need to do is, of course, before you complete the next step I'm about to show you, just make sure you grab your work and place it around your hat to ensure that it fits nice and snug around the circumference. So I'm just going to trim these longer ends. And because some strings have been used a bit more in the knotting than others, you will have a couple of longer ends left over. And so I just grab one of them for this next step. So what we're going to do is create a wrap knot around our 2 ends. to hold them together. So I bring my 2 triangles together so they're back to back, and then I create a wrap knot nice and tight around all of these ends here. So just grabbing my longer piece of string, holding all of these cords together and creating a nice tight wrap around them. And I just like to keep wrapping all the way up until I get to the point of the diamond. And then finishing off my wrap now, just pulling that loop through. So now I just need to cut this end. And then just make sure that these ends are sitting nicely. So one of them was just kind of bunched up inside there a little bit, so I've just pulled it out again to make it sit a bit neater. And so now my 2 ends are joined together with this beautiful neat wrap knot. Time to pop it on the hat. Alright, so now time to pop this beautiful band that we've just made onto this hat. And you just slide it on and push it down so it sits nice and snug. And now you've got these cute little ends that you'll have, which you can either have them so they hang over the edge of the hat, which can look quite cute, or you can just cut them to the length of the brim so they sit neat just before the edge of the brim. Beautiful. The white looks really gorgeous on this straw color hat. I'm not sure which one I prefer over this one or the green one I made earlier. Which one do you guys like better? Please let me know in the comments below. So there you have it, guys. That's how you create one of these gorgeous macrame hat bands. I think they're a delightful little addition to a gorgeous hat just like this one, or maybe any other hat that you might have in the wardrobe. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial, and here's to finding our peace and creativity.